Welcome back, everybody. We just saw ASU taking down University of Utah on Inferno, 16-12. I believe it's the score line that we just witnessed. So we are going to be moving on to Mirage here, which is, of course, is ASU's map pick. So I expect them to have plenty prepared on the T side. Definitely, hopefully, some executes that they can do to take mid-control, the B-bomb side and A-bomb side that we will be looking for them to do. They are going to be starting off, I believe, on the, which side?
The T side.
Yeah, they're starting off on T, so we will get to witness what they have prepared on their map pick. So there's tons of, Mirage is one of the most, I feel like, smoke-heavy maps, right? Especially now that the skybox has been opened up, so you can throw smokes from the B-bomb side all the way into, like, Palace. So I'm seeing some crazy lineups like that.
Shut down a lot of options as well. I know a lot of the B-site smokes that were previously able to be thrown have gone away now. So
that's true.
A little bit of innovation having to come in the recent weeks for teams, but we saw some really innovative plays. For instance, now both sides of like the cat pillar on B-bomb side are able to be smoked off a little bit easier with great lineups. You can smoke them off all the way from mid. There's so many things you can do now in regards to that, but mid really is going to be the name of the game here on T side, I think. All of the teams that we see that are so adept at playing Mirage on the T side are big fans of mid. They know exactly how to throw all of those smokes. We saw a few really easy window smoke lineups now, actually, too, now that the skybox has been completely taken away. So
yeah, and mid is definitely also defined by the skill of the CT players, because there are a couple very technical movements you can do. For instance, the jump to window to that the pillar on catwalk there. It's very difficult to execute, you know, in a live match. If you fail it, you fall down to underpass and could possibly drop right into the crosshair of a waiting T. And yeah, so there's a couple different skill-based ways to play mid as a CT. There's even like one-way smoke lineups that you can throw from window. So I think I've seen a lot of AWP players actually moving to either the A or the B site rather than just playing mid, or maybe choosing to play from cat and waiting for somebody to move towards the left side of mid there on the T side so they can pick them at chair, or you know, even playing from connector and just anything, getting a flash over from your team to try and blind anybody that's, you know, holding that angle for you. There are lots of different ways and ingenuity that people can bring to bear on the CT side of Mirage. So I think it's one of my favorite maps personally. There's a reason why people love to play it in PUGs as well. I think it just brings out some great Counter-Strike.
Definitely does. And there's a reason it hasn't left the map pool recently at all. Not many redesigns going on. They're only making a few map tweaks here and there because it is a gorgeous map to play on. The CT side has so many opportunities, as you said, to make good plays. The aggression can come in. Mid control so important for the CT side as well. And there's so many ways to play it. You can do the 1-3-1 setup where you're kind of holding one in connector, one from cat, one from the mid window, one on each bomb site. You can stack the sites with no players in middle. There's just so many things you can do in order to counter the aggression coming out from the T side. So really that's why I think we've seen it go relatively toward the CT side.
Yeah, I think we are going to see a, I'm predicting that the winner will be the team that has the better AWP player. So we'll see if, I believe, Zerspin or Colo are able to emerge dominant on this map. It's a little bit easier for AWPs to retake on this map as well, I feel like. There's a lot of long angles and trades that you can make for it yourself. So we should be hopefully moving into the map at any second. Yeah.
Right quick, I want to ask you, what turned up for you in the last game? What was it that really got their CT momentum going, and can they capitalize that on the CT side of this map as well?
Well, we will see here, especially depending on what setup they have going. So going to be Drax investing in the first team. That's going to be crucial. That's a very long-range shot from Zerspin. Nice job playing CT. You can't really peek out and get anything else. Toast. And there's that nade from Drax as well. The nade and the kit coming into play. He has one as well. Just left to Big Mills. One of the big stars for ASU here. He has the bomb, has plenty of time, and now he has an entire map to work with. University of Utah seemed to have lost his positioning. So anything is possible now for ASU. With a minute and 12 left on the clock. CT's left guessing, kind of playing together in CT. They will be able to make trades. Instead, it's the bomb going down on the B site here.
Big Mills is going to have big plays. He's going to have to find an additional 2 heads. He already has 2 in the round. Double his score line to find these players. CT is pushing together, doesn't matter. Dippers only needs the 1 versus 1. Finds the head. Zerspin, a little bit of an accidental knife, but won't matter. The kit is there for the defuse, and only round 1 means that the armor will be saved over as well. First round to the U of U.
It's the right way to start it off. Mirage is a very CT-sided map. They're going to have to chain a lot of rounds here and build some momentum, build that economy to try to stymie ASU's offensive. Of course, the bomb going down in the first round means the meta of CSGO that we will see AK's next round. This round is going to be a save for the T's. No surprises there. Big Mills fishing for those Deagle picks towards mid window. And there is a dead ball running up Cat here. Jimbo, nice job spraying with the SMG for him. He already has 3. And Drax with 1 as well. Just Big Mills left with the Deagle. He has found himself 1 good headshot. Has to do a lot more, but every kill that he manages to get in the situation takes away more money from the counter-terrorists. It's not going to be anything, though. Drax with 2. Nice little full house of kills coming out from Jimbo and Drax there towards mid.
Now they'll probably be rewarded with oh, I forgot. AKs coming out.
Yeah.
We talked about this. AKs now for ASU means that they have the chance to get a little bit aggressive. The money is low when you do get that bomb plant and go into the 3rd round with AKs, so you don't have the full gamut of utility to work with, but looks like U of U doesn't have that problem at all. They have the full round. Smokes, Molotovs, and flashbangs. I thought the flash was beautiful last round, even just peeking the last player with the Deagle. Flash coming over mid for the peek on the player from window was beautiful team play. See if they can make that happen again here on the gun round. They're going to have to establish these crossfires. ASU has such good control of the map already.
And it looks like on both Inferno and Mirage, it's a very slow and steady T side from ASU. They want to use all of the time in the round to try to let University of Utah make a mistake. That's a nice opening onto the A site for Nbake. Jake tries to spray towards Cat, a little off though, so Jimbo is able to take him down. And Drax has a nice crossfire with Jimbo, but Jimbo is just looking hot. Drax almost caught off guard with a grenade in his hand. A second time indeed. Now he gets flashed off the angle. Unfortunately for him, he was trying to throw grenades instead of make kills. Somehow the flash coming into CT. Dippers is able to still get out, and the fire towards Firebox is going to eliminate the only safe ground on the site for the last 2 Ts. ASU losing their AKs. They're going to be recovered by the CTs. Those are very powerful guns to move into the 4th round here.
All 3 players get AKs, and that is a brutal beating for ASU. Get closed out on their buy round means they're going to be forced back onto pistols 1 more time. Looks like you will probably be moving up into a 4th round if they play their cards right. They have the rifles, they have the utility. ASU has to pull out something crazy, as we've seen a couple times here on pistols.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming.
If you're going to do something crazy, you should definitely do it on the pistol rounds. Excellent time to try and exercise some surprise, some brute force, some 5-man stacks. Rush B is a meme in the CSGO scene for a reason. Of course, you can rush A as well through Palace on this site. You can rush through Underpass, you can rush A ramp, you can do lots of different things as well.
We will see you next year.
It's going to be a nice flash over the top. Wildfire goes out onto the B site, sweeping towards bench. Right now, the CT standing strong. Dipper's going huge 4 with the AK, and that's why it's such a strong gun, even against armor. Absolutely shreds. Sometimes it takes too many bullets with the M4, 4 to 5, but you can get some of those 3 in the stomach with the AK.
Now we have the battle of the AWPs, Zerspin and Colo. 2 giants on 2 giant weapons. Almost opens it up in connector, and Jake gets one in the head on Drax, but he's tagged super low, 8 HP. He's gonna have to get rid of that utility before he goes down.
And this is some of that mid control we were talking about earlier as well. See the T's early into mid have managed to get a pick there, leaving the University of Utah guessing. And now, after getting man advantage, they're slowing it back down again. Ever patient is Arizona.
They do have an advantage, and they don't want to give it up. They haven't been able to find a round yet in this game. It is early, but they want to make sure it doesn't slip away from them. They've had beautiful plays, beautiful crossfires so far. See if they can make it work on the T side. Out comes the entries. Nbig headshot onto Toast, finding the player close. And the CT find themselves a slight advantage as Zurspin on the AWP finds one more. 8 HP for Jake means that it's going to be too difficult. But what is this? A little bit of a climb back and the bomb going down. Trades everywhere so far on this one. Utility coming out for the CTs means they're going to make the retake a little bit easier. They're moving on toward the bomb now.
That Molotov and smoke being deployed is going to make it so easy for them. They've cleared out so many angles you would normally have to check. That's a nice trade coming out. Colo peeking out from Palace gets taken down by Jimbo, and there's going to be plenty of time for the defuse to come in. He should be able to make it back up there and retrieve the AWP as well. Great job from him. Nice 1v1 clutch play there. And the CT is starting to run away with the half a little bit here. You see, we're starting to see 5-digit money on some of their players, even after, well, not after reinvesting in the round, but you know what I mean.
Well, ASU did a really good job in that last round of killing so many players on the CT side. It really damaged the economy, having to rebuy that many rifles. Only the AWP being saved means that those 10Ks go more toward the 4K mark. Fast entries for the CT side now. Zurspin and Jimbo in middle, going to find the T's trying to establish mid-control. We talked about this. The T's so privy to taking that zone because it makes it so that you can split any site at any time. It's worked out for them so far, but U of U saying no way.
We haven't seen that much complexity so far from the ASU T side. Once again, this is their map pick, so I was expecting perhaps a little more, or maybe the University of Utah players are just stepping up, but wait a minute. That's a nice entry from Jake onto the A bomb site. Going to be deploying smokes, but unfortunately, Zurspin managed to find Nbig before the smoke had ballooned. Wildfire late into mid, trying to make it a little more even from his team. Bomb still hasn't gone down, and Jake's gone aggressive instead of planting. That's a nice job from him. It's 2v2. ASU, of course, tagged down low.
They are going to have a chance to make this one work, though. One of the most difficult rounds so far in the series. 9 HP for Dippers, though. He doesn't see the shoulder geometry, not in his favor. And the nade, Kobe coming in, picks up Dippers. Looking likely now for the ASU side. They just have to establish a cross, and Jake isn't even having that. Peeks out, finds the last CT player. First round for ASU.
First round, and it's a 3v5. I believe. After getting demolished in mid early, they're able to go towards A. Jake goes absolutely mental. 2 headshot entry kills there. And a great individual choice from him, knowing he has to really equalize the round, going aggressive instead of planting the bomb and catching the players rotating off guard. Zurspin has actually, been killing it with the AWP so far in this half. He already has another opening kill. He will be smoked off, though, and the bomb goes down much earlier into this round. It's a fast A-take from ASU.
5 players alive for the CT side and bomb going down. Really unlikely scenario. This retake is going to be quite a bit easier for them than it's been in the past. You see they've already found the player under Palace. 3 more to find. They've spotted out the 2 at Ramp and Palace now. They know where the players are. They just know they have to clear them out. Dippers is going to be the one to open it up, and there will be the defuse. They have the kit, they have the time. A 6th round and a reset for ASU. Utah's looking phenomenal in this one.
they're doing a great job at getting smokes and Molotovs out into some of those angles on their retakes. It's making it so easy for them. They're getting lots of, 2v1 situations where they're able to isolate the players on ASU and just pick them apart. If ASU can figure out their post plans, it would mean trouble, but right now, Utah just looking so strong.
And now the play from the T's is telling. See all of them moving into position now. They are going to meet a full wall, a double AWP setup yet again from the CT side. They pulled that one so close. We saw the bomb go down with 4 players alive, 5 for the CTs. That means that the execute was fantastic. It means they were using the utility correctly. It means that they were able to shut off all of the players to their maximum efficiency. But the rifles are too strong. They've already found 1 in this round as well. And the control for the T's is slipping now. Only pistols, but we've seen them accomplish so much on just these, but doesn't look like they will this time. 3 more kills on the CT side, and the closeout for Jimbo. 7 rounds now for Utah. What is ASU's answer in this one? They have to find something here on the T side. They have to change up what they're doing, or they are going to just get decimated.
Well, this is, after all, a CT-sided map. If they can manage to pull out 4 or 5 rounds, it's definitely not even too bad. So they will need to pick up some steam here. It's going to be another bye round, so much more exciting this time. Ooh. Okay, so we are getting another technical pause, I believe, in here.
Actually, I don't know if it's technical. I saw them calling for the pause before the round started. It might be attack. And well, that would be a good thing for ASU. Let's assume it is, because ASU needs attack at this point, because they seem to be crumbling beneath the weight of the CT side. What is it that Utah has done on their CT side? They looked so good at the end of Inferno. Now they're looking fantastic on Mirage. Talk to me about exactly what they're doing.
Well, it seems like they're definitely not being overly aggressive on the CT side, and they're all playing angles where they're easily tradable. It's a huge deal. Okay, we are unpaused here. So if that was indeed a tactical, it wasn't too difficult. I would like to see more tactical pauses come in. We haven't seen almost any, actually, in this event. Teams seeming to think that they don't need the time. They can manage to think on the fly well enough. Perhaps when you're down by 6 rounds or so. Ooh. Players spotting each other there in mid. It's going to get a little bit awkward. Nice job jumping on the CT side so you don't just get your head blown off. As Wildfire peeks around, but instead it's fast up connector for him. He's managed to find 1 as well. He swings into jungle. Drax is not caught off guard. But the A bomb site is relatively undefended. The CT is playing it passive. But this has been the key to their success, is not getting picked apart. They're able to set up trades and make their utility work for them in these post-plant situations. Let's see what they do this time.
Love the defensive positioning from Utah. They're so comfortable to just back off and take these retakes together. They know that they have the utility to work with, they have the smokes, they have the flashes to make their way into the site. But Colo says no. 1 fast opener, and here's the trade from NBake as well. 2 players alive for the CT side means that probably best to just back off and save. Toast, is he going to be able to do it? 42 HP? No. Nice. Colo will shut it down. That's a nice kill. Will really wreck the economy. They'll have to rebuy all of those guns. And Arizona State really only has to go through 1 or 2 more in order to make it happen.
Yeah, of course, if you have to chain by a couple rounds on the CT, it starts to get extremely brutal. Thank you for the smiley face there. I appreciate it. It was mighty cute. You know what else is cute? 2 rounds now on the board for ASU. Good job from them. Fighting back on the T side, their map pick here.
They need to avoid getting reset again. That's exactly what happened to them last time. They're finding that they have a little bit more utility to work with than they did the last time. So they're able to take good control here. Nice decisive plays. Moving into position now. And this is beautiful positioning from Big Mills. He's liable to catch players off guard if they're not expecting exactly where he is. He's been looking for anything on the AWP. He's not going to find the bang through the box. The bomb will go down. Arizona State giving themselves a slight advantage here, but so many players are low. Big Mills from middle, beautiful positioning. As I said before, it finally comes into play. But now the CTs are moving in with great force, with great vigor, and they have the utility to make it happen. Smoke on the bomb means that the pressure is there for ASU, and they've been reset again. The U of U is looking absolutely amazing at this point.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, the flank from Big Mills, I thought it was over when that came in. He gave them man advantage, but unfortunately, they just lose the following duels. So Crimson, some nice individual skill there, taking down the remaining Ts in the post plant. Has them in 8th, as you mentioned, another reset. ASU obviously not wanting to let go. They're going to be repurchasing back up into this one.
Similar play for ASU early, but now they have the space to go anywhere. They've set themselves up into a great position, and Big Mills making it even easier. Finds the opening kill, but Toast and Jimbo chime back very quickly. Advantage to the T side, but just barely. Toast is able to completely shut it down. Jake all alone is able to find one, but he's going to have to find a miracle because he has 2 players to find, but they don't know where he's going to go. He could move the bomb anywhere at this point as he's found control.
Oh, unfortunately, Drax just not quite ready for that, and some nice dodging in the air from Jake. He's manages to escape with his life. He does have the bomb. They know where he was, and he was spotted, so Jake going to be slowing it down, resetting, trying to find an opportunity to catch one of the remaining University of Utah players off guard. Bomb going down on A. The CT's deciding to play it together instead of splitting up and giving Jake an advantage for 1v1s here. So instead, they're going to have to try to root him out.
He's put himself in a good spot to move this one and close it out for a 3rd round for ASU. CT's looking frantically around. They don't have that much time. He isolates 1-1v1, and he peeks out a little bit too far. Dippers hitting the close shot. So much pressure on him to do it, because if he didn't find that one, surely the round was in favor of ASU.
Still definitely too early to say we're going to a map 3 here, but if Utah keep this up, this isn't going to be much longer. They might be taking each other's map picks here. ASU looking flat and deflated. Seems like they just can't win a lot of their duels that they're taking, which is just, I mean, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, but it's really unfortunate here. There are a limited number of opportunities you have, and every time you make a slight mistake, every time you miss a shot, that's just ticking down the number of lives you have.
We're already into round 12. Can't believe that it's passed us this quickly already, but ASU finds themselves on the back foot yet again. Round time ticking down, and still no signs of them. Now they crash into the B bomb site. Pistols galore. They're going to find one. Bomb is going to go down relatively uncontested, but they know that Jimbo is still so close. He's been found as well. M4 picked up by Colo. Such a huge amount of space created now on the B bomb site. They only have to deal with rotators.
Colo has been making this M4 work for him. This is exactly what ASU needed. They've surprised the B defense with the rush. There's so many angles left to clear. Now it's just the AWP alone. It's a nice flick from Zerspin. He tries to spam through bench. Can't find it. It's going to be Jake. While Zerspin is distracted to shoot him in the back. A 3rd for ASU. That's exactly what they needed. It was a nice, lucky eco round win, and they've managed to demolish the money on the University of Utah. So you can see, this is absolutely worst case scenario. I mean, we could see ASU actually pick up the remaining 3 here.
So many close rounds means that the money was super tight for the CT side, even though they have already taken 9. Just one win can shut down that money. And speaking of shutdowns, Jake on the hat trick already. These pistols being completely shut down. Only one player alive. ASU certainly taking a 4th at this point.
A little confused. He was shooting with the 5.7, made a lot of noise. But it looks like the T's are content to just let him live for now. Drax going to be interesting, actually, that he's using the 5-7. We don't see very many players use that instead of the CZ. And CZ recently nerfed a little bit. Its damage slightly lowered. So now maybe the 5-7 as a more attractive option. So Drax has retrieved the AK. That's a nice job from him. He's going to save it in the next round. That one-tap potential on the CT side can mean the difference between holding a site and getting blown away.
Of course, a huge boon as they, I believe, are going to be able to mount a buy into the next round, but just barely. The AK saved over is going to be a huge help. 4 players alive for ASU means that they have the chance to bring back this half. They really need to find these 2 more in order to relatively equalize the scoreline and set themselves up for a good chance on CT. It's a late push from them in this half, but they definitely have the firepower to make it work.
Jimbo on 16 and 8, leading the way for the University of Utah.
So much ADR, so much damage in general coming out from him. He's looked phenomenal so far on the entry kills last game and the big scoreline on CT. Now for his team, Crimson Tide looking to pick up a 10th round, double digits is a very secure half on the CT side, looking so much better than they did in the last game, looking to make a statement here in the finals of Utah Ice. Nice slow round yet again for ASU, not wanting to give up any space at all. They know that they need to find these 2 additional rounds. And now into the A site, Zerspin, what a beautiful peek. And Toast from behind the default position also chiming in as well. So the T's have found themselves yet again on the back foot, but in comes Big Mills.
Big Mills, not enough. Only able to get 1 before he goes down. I can't highlight how important that pick from Zerspin onto Colo was. Pre-firing the palace angle there so fast. Just eliminates Colo despite the fact that he had a scope on that angle. Jimbo swings out a little wide. Jakes actually manages to get 2 and stays alive. He has a teammate as well. They can now try and trade in Crossfire. That's a nice Molotov deployed. He doesn't have to fight this. Drax is going to smoke off the molly and force Jake out into the open, knowing that he has to defend the bomb, but he has no kit. They've done it. ASU have picked up a 5th, despite Drax still being alive. That's an unfortunate situation. Drax just didn't have the equipment necessary to win that round.
And he goes down after the round as well. So ASU, they have to secure the 6th at this point. Utah has been forced onto the back foot finally. For the first time in the game, they are losing momentum. Pistols and light rifles for the Crimson side.
Not what you want to see on the last round of the half. It's not having everything that you need equipment-wise. Having to make tough economic decisions here about whether you buy nades or rifles. And Big Mills already out of the window, aggressive onto the site. That's B clean. The 2 defenders that typically play there already been eliminated. Toast showing off his fancy footwork, but he's going to have to do more than that. He's going to have to start knocking people down with his FAMAS. There's just 2 left for University of Utah. They have so many angles to clear and only about 30 seconds to do it.
Even less than that now. The bomb has been down for so long. Nice angle from Toast. But Colo is going to find the double on his AWP and bring it close. 6 rounds for ASU. You thought that the U might be running away with it, but Utah, you know, finding a little bit of a back foot at the end there, but nevertheless, 9 rounds looks good on the CT side.
ASU, that pistol rush towards B. They were down 9-2. They broke the economy of University of Utah with that devastating B rush. Colo going absolutely huge with that M4, killing 1 with a CZ, swapping to a rifle, and killing 2 more. Can't highlight how important that round was and just absolutely swinging the momentum here. We have a very even setup for our next half, so I know this is going to be another close one here at Utah Ice.
ASU needs to find this pistol if they want to equalize it. They'll probably be rewarded with following two if they're able to find this one. But University of Utah might just run away with this one if they find the pistol here. So not wanting to give anything up, Jake is going to open it up, but Drax up middle has such good positioning. He's going to find two shortly before he's shut down, but no, nBake finally closing him down. 2 alive left for the T side, and it's not going to work. Arizona State is going to find their way back into this one, but wait, Drax has an opportunity. They are on the bomb, and it is going to be shut down. He wasn't in position to see it. No kit, but it doesn't matter. The full 10 seconds will come through in a 7th round for ASU, and I believe that's a 5th in a row for them.
You see Wildfire painting an L in the shape on the A bomb site, not on the forehead. Remember that Smash Mouth album? That was like the 20th anniversary, like a couple weeks ago or whatever.
I'm not a Smash Mouth guy, so.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Don't want to listen to any Smash Mouth. I'd much rather see some CSGO because it's a little bit better than some washed up old guys trying to play music. But Jimbo, he's not washed up. He's going to find one on a pistol. It hasn't quite been shut down yet. He's found himself a UMP and a little bit of space on the B bomb site, but the flood of Arizona is coming in. Players dying left and right for the University of Utah means that this one is done and dusted. Arizona climbing step by step back in 8th round, looking to equalize it in the next one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Glock is just not that accurate. You could see he was aiming right onto the head, but you know, none of the shots connecting. That gun just has too much RNG in it. Sometimes you get unlucko, bucko. So, nice job from ASU. They're going to be equalizing it, making it difficult. We've said this map is CT-sided, and ASU looking to start the snowball here. Of course, bomb plant going down means, of course, we see the AKs in the 3rd round of the half, and Zerspin has already used it to get a nice headshot onto Big Mills. One of the critical players on ASU down so early into the round here. 1:30 left.
Nice flash to try to reestablish mid control for the CT side. You have to back off and play it a little bit more passively now. But the fire into ladder room, I thought for sure Jimbo had that. Looked like he was ready to pre-fire the angle, but a beautiful headshot from nBake is going to bring it back close. And now with the advantage brought back a little slimmer, Arizona can breathe just a little bit yet again. They need to make this work. The equalization is so important because they'll shut down the first gun round. But 4 versus 4, slight advantage for the T side here. And 45 seconds means that they have a lot of time to work with.
They still have a couple pieces of utility as well that they can use to crank open one of these bomb sites. Just crowbar their way in there. So one of the smokes deployed towards mid. There are footsteps, the pitter-patter of the offense coming up Cat here. But Wildfire on the B bomb site just absolutely shuts down the bomb in its place. Just Drax left. He has 17 seconds to retrieve the bomb. I don't know if he can do it. He may just have to try to save his AK in the round. 10 seconds left. He's not making the move. So nice job. ASU managed to defeat the AK purchase. They're going to have a little bit easier time in the next one here. I don't think that Utah is going to be able to buy that much.
Wildfire looking phenomenal on the double kill there. You can see the end when he went to pick up that AK. Those 2 T players just lined up perfectly. Was able to make the spray down through the first player. So now double AWP. And what even is that last gun there? I never see that.
I believe it's an AUG.
I thought they only had that in PUBG.
Nope. Doesn't drop out of crates. You can buy it on the CT side only, of course. It is a scoped weapon. Does about the exact same damage as the M4. The spray pattern is just a little bit different. Sometimes it can be extremely useful and versatile to hold long angles with that, giving yourself automatic fire, where the AWP is just a single shot, one and done type of affair. So and once again, the CTs don't have the strongest buy here. It's going to be up to Drax to make that saved AK work for them. And they're going to have to really coalesce together into a cohesive unit maximize their firepower. There you go. The Glocks have already found a headshot onto Big Mills. That must have been a 2-tap from coming out from Toast. Great job from him. He's managed to retrieve the AWP as well and get a pick. He's stuck posted up in CT. He has a third. Toast basically soloing this round so far for Utah.
Beautiful plays. What positioning he's found. Toast pops up like he is popping out of a toaster into the CT side. Finding 2 fast ones on the AWP. Phenomenal plays for the Crimson Tide. They're going to find the advantage, and the first team to double digits here. Whew, wow, looks like we're going to be going all the rounds in this one.
What a smart little toaster. Bing. Toast is done. There goes the bomb explosion, a 10th round. Gifted off the Glock of Toast. Drax didn't have to do anything with that AK. Just absolutely insane there. You see the remaining 2 CTs, Jake and Nbake, just save what they have and run away with their tails between their legs. They just got spanked.
A little bit of a buyback here now for ASU. UVU is going to have to go through one more. They're going to try to make it as difficult as possible. The Sun Devils here. They have the firepower to blow back a 10th round of their own. These rounds could not be more intense. Slow lurk now from the T side. A close one missed by Jimbo on the AWP, but it's traded immediately as Big Mills finds himself a little bit too aggressive on the CT side, trying to recover the gun perhaps. Is absolutely executed. And now the advantage for the T side yet again. The UVU is looking good to take yet another one as the CTs have to spread a little thinner.
He did not heed the warning of the Dwarves of Moria. He dealt too greedily and too deep there into Palace. Toast trying to open it up with the AWP. Instead, it's Dipper actually finding headshots in Drax as well to chime out. Drax takes Toast's kill away from him. He had him in the scope. It's just Colo now. I'm kind of falling apart. You really thought the ASU was just going to start plowing through the rest of the half, but Utah found their footing here on the T side. They're going to have a 2nd round in a row. Toast just looking absolutely insane.
Now the money is going to be looking terrible for ASU. They're going to be forced on at least a light pistol buy if I had to guess. But at this point, I mean, we've seen them take these pistol rounds, but Mirage isn't necessarily the map to do it on. You have to get really aggressive typically with pistols in order to find picks because the defensive angles are just too long for your traditional pistols, unless you're on a Deagle, of course, but then you're forced to find the heads.
Well, we could see some spawn-based gameplay coming in. Sometimes you can get out of mid-window before the T's can get to mid and start running up along the wall there. Sometimes you can jump into Palace and catch a T off guard with a Deagle, perhaps. Lots of options. You can always walk through apps, of course. Maybe push underpass. Plenty of options to be aggressive on the CT side of Mirage here. ASU going to have to try something. Instead, it's just Toast opening it up in mid once again. AWP, nice job on him on the T side. Usually it would be Zerspin opping, but Toast seems just comfortable to hold on to that gun. Maybe it's map dependent for them.
Maybe he is just feeling himself after that phenomenal round where he picked it up, found himself an immediate double. Now ASU is being shut down on their pistols. University of Utah looking very confident, plowing into sites, shutting down anything that ASU is throwing at them at this point. They're looking extremely confident to take the 2nd map, but don't want to get too far ahead of myself because ASU mounted a beautiful comeback in the 1st half. Let's see if they can do it in the 2nd.
Of course, an eco pistol round in the 1st half that gave them the much needed momentum to close it out in stunning fashion, bringing it back from 2-9 to 6-9. They found 3 more here, but they seem to have hit a brick wall. Rather, the brick wall hitting them. Of course, the offense led by Toast, Drax. It's the A bomb side. Nbake, ooh, just can't quite find Dipper's 1 HP. That's a little bit unlucky for him. Maybe clipping through the wood there just took that final percentage away from him.
Like the positioning there from Jake, but not going to find a kill. Positioning it not quite there. The off angle. Drax with a fast flick over is actually going to find the head, but looked like Jake had a little bit of the upper hand, but beautiful flick over. Finds the head quickly. 12th round for Crimson Gaming. Now Arizona State back on the rifles. They saved in order to make it work, but the utility is still looking very light for them. They're going to have to play their cards perfectly in order to get double digits. Utah is getting more and more confidence, and you can tell that by their positioning. As they make these peaks, you can see their crosshairs lining up perfectly with where the heads of these ASU players are going to be. And up mid, Jimbo is going to get tagged low, but won't be enough as he finds the opener.
More importantly, he gets away with his life. Was able to escape before anybody could make a trade happen. A minute left here. And Jimbo, though he's tagged extremely low, has done enough work to make this pretty easy. But wait a minute, there's been a CT push. Big Mills, nice job. Jimbo, this is what I mean. He's still alive in the round. He can still hit the heads and make it work. He's able to turn that into a trade where certainly it looked like he would have fallen before. It's going to be crunch time now as there's a split onto the A-bomb site. Colo, so strong. And Connector, though, has taken out the split. There's no more pincer action coming from the T's. They just have to enter from ramp. So it's Toast. Nice job deploying the smoke. He's going to have to do most of the work here. Nice shot through smoke. He has a second one as well. What is he doing right now? This is absolutely mad. He's able to retrieve the bomb.
Only 10 seconds left. It's coming right down to the wire, and Wildfire gets the perfect timing. He wasn't able to get his gun back out. Defuse doesn't have to come in because the bomb plant was denied. Double digits now for ASU, and a little bit of a breath, I guess, because so far UVU has looked great on the T side.
It was an absolute nutty shot through the smoke there by Toast. And a great job getting the second one as well. You thought with how hot he's been looking that he might have been able to do it. He still made it extremely expensive for Arizona, though. Just barely able to make the purchases necessary in this round. It's not looking great for them. They need the big guns to step up massively. We're looking for Wildfire and Big Mills here to make something happen. They've got the power guns on their team.
Nice crossfires established now from the CT side. They know that on the weapons that they're on, they're going to need them. And speaking of crossfires, there's the trade from Toast. Looking phenomenal. Big Mills on the AWP, though, going to shut down the star player of this game so far. Toast himself falls flat.
The key here from the CTs is to stay alive and wait for your teammates to rotate in. They know this is exactly what I mean. There you go. You see now the crossfire setup's coming in. It's going to be so difficult for Jimbo to pry open the site now. That's a nice 2 headshots right in a row for him. He can do more as well. He has some utility to work with here, deploying it towards market. Going to be going for the plant. Nice job from him. This is actually a winnable round. If he can isolate the CTs into 1v1s, definitely winnable.
It's going to come down to the timing. AWP shot rings out, barely misses. Colo spotting nothing but a shoulder. They have a good idea as to where he's moved to now. They're going to have to clear out every single angle.
And there's just not very much time left. Colo has to go aggressive. Hits the borderline running shot onto Jimbo. That's a nice job from him, making it so his teammate can safely defuse the bomb. And the situation giving ASU an 11th. These rounds are coming down to almost nothing. Nice job there from Jimbo, stepping up, almost delivering a massive clutch for his team. The bomb had so little time left there on it. I think if he had been able to kill Colo there, it would have been over. But alas, he's not able to. And We're getting down to the wire here. Both teams struggling for control of the map. Arizona looking almost certainly like they're going to equalize it. They've stopped the offense.
This is such a difficult scenario, though. ASU, if they're able to find this one, they'll put themselves in a great position for having all of the momentum. But wait a minute, here comes University of Utah. It's a fast one onto the A site, and bomb going down already. All of the CT players closed off, and post plans already established means that University of Utah has full control of this round.
Here we go. Big Mills in the retake already has one posted up towards CT. What else can he find? Nobody gets flushed out of Firebox. The Molotov confirms there's nobody playing that position. Zurspin is so close. Gets shot in the back by Jake. The CTs are doing a good job at trading here as they clear out these angles. That smoke is going to block off players towards ramp. They have to try to get towards the bomb. The bomb has so little time left on it. Jake's found the last one, but I don't think he has time. He doesn't have a kit. There's no way. Crimson have done it. They've taken the 13th. Another round on the board for them. Just when you thought ASU was going to bring us to an even score line, Utah say no.
Those smokes on the A-bomb site were so intimidating. It didn't look like University of Utah was going to be able to find anything through them. All three players were isolated at ramp there through that smoke. They had to peek over Tetris. The smoke was on the bomb, but I believe the feet were just barely sticking out on the diffuser. He was found through the smoke, and the round was completely shut down. So now it's up to ASU to do something absolutely fantastical in order to bring the momentum back in their favor, because University of Utah has shut down their money.
Shut down to his right. A little bit of a slower round here coming out from both sides. Nobody trying to make contact too early here.
Have seen a bit of the utility fall, though. CTs have a bit of it. Only one kid to work with, too, so see if that comes into play later. Keep track of it. Opening kill for Zurspin found on the A site. Here comes the cavalry. Everybody moving in all at once. The trade's going perfectly in favor of the T's so far, and now 3 versus 2. As the bomb is going down yet again on the A side. Wow, fast one from Drax, flicking over to the smoke, finds the head of the falling player. Now Nbake on his deagle. It's going to be a rough and tumble for him.
Jimbo took a huge risk there. He swung out onto site alone with the bomb and took a duel towards CT. He won it. Gave his team an excellent chance in this round. Drax looking clean. That's 2 for him in the round, I do believe. And Utah, certainly, I mean, this is going to be a very brutal round for ASU here. They have to make a very tough decision whether to invest and try and prevent Utah from getting game point. Try to save. You can see the decision that has been made. Just look towards the right and you will see. Instead, it's going to be a mid push from the CTs. Big Mills has found one, can't find anything else. Drax just mopping up the floor there. Was looking a little dirty, so he says, I'm going to go full janitor, clean it out.
Huge mess in mid, all the blood and guts flying all over the place. Every single CT player on the ground. The Utes, Crimson is their name, and they're looking to make it a bloodbath. 15 rounds now, looking to close it out. Fast onto the A bomb site. They hear players pushing through the Molotov. Colo and Jake already finding 2, but T's have good control of the site so far, and they're able to chime 2 back from Connector. It's going to be Wildfire to shut down the momentum on the round. T's are pushed onto their back foot and into a more defensive position.
Utah taking this round, and they're going to have a couple map points here. So you see they try and change the pace to attempt to catch ASU off guard, but the CT defense on A site was strong. The players had good crossfire set up, and they didn't get caught out. So now you see the man advantage with about 1 minute and 10 left going the way of ASU. And really, players not wanting to make mistakes here. Everybody is kind of snuggled down into their beds, waiting for somebody else to make the first move here.
Looks like we're in.
Of course, it is the T's that have to eventually make moves, or else they will lose the round.
Looks like we're in for another long one. Slow lurk out look at this positioning. If they're not careful, somebody will pounce, and it's going to be Big Mills. He lets them get positioning, and Wildfire knows where the last player is towards stairs. A beautiful crossfire established for the CTs. It's going to bring them one step closer to this OT. We said we hope to see it. We said we hope to see a third map, but who knew that it was actually going to come this close down to the wire?
Well, at least overtime. Utah cannot lose in regulation. ASU here have 3 very tough rounds that they're going to have to mull through here. That was a nice A hold. They're going to have to hold a lot more than that. It's going to be at least 3 more executes coming in. Big Mills, there you go. He's gotten 1 pick towards A ramp. Gets traded out by Zerspin. Nice job on the return there. Zerspin making tons of noise towards ramp. Runs out, tries to run out of the smoke actually, and Kolo's found it. The bomb going down on B, of course. That was a little bit of distraction. That is the play. And that utility being used towards market, that Molotov may be a little bit overzealous there. Drax has already smoked it off, but a little miscomm. Won't be too dire yet. Pushed up, CTs have that smoke. It's going to be so hard to get through. Go, jumping around the corners now. That's a nice lineup from Drax. Ready, takes off the head of Nbake. Jake has found one in the meantime. And now Kolo is stuck between 2 Ts. What can he do? Not too much. Utah close it out here on map 2. We're going to a third. It's going to be Cash to decide the grand finals here of Utah Ice, the final event, CSGO.
And it is going to be on Cash. GG to the University of Utah, able to find their footing in this one, bringing it to a third map. What a banger. Same scoreline, but back-to-back, 16-12.
And they take each other's maps, too. What a great storyline here heading into our final map, Cash. The puggiest map in the pool. Maybe besides Dust 2, but that is up for debate. Maybe another time we'll get into that one. So I'm not exactly sure what side we'll be starting on, but we're probably going to take another quick 5-10 minute break here, try and get the players any bathroom breaks or water they might need. Us too. Hey, man.
I definitely need some water after that one. My voice is starting to go, and we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
Thanks, guys.